Hello, everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Special shout out if you're watching this beginning part of the video. You are probably catching the replay, so hi. Special shout out to you. Please leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. Welcome, everybody. I see we've got some folks hopping on live with me here tonight. It is Tuesday, October 29th. Can you believe that? I can't. I feel like we say this every time, but I really cannot believe it's already the end of October. What the heck? Hi, Marva. Welcome, everybody. As you join, please leave a comment, say hello. Let me know that you're watching. Yeah, I don't know where October went. It absolutely flew by. So anyway, you can see I've got Halloween in the background. I've got a Halloween shirt on there. You can see his little jack-o'-lantern face. I got Christmas back here. That's a board for my team for a challenge we're doing. So yeah, it's just all the seasons. Hello, Joan, Lori, and Kay. Welcome, everybody. So this is my Tuesday Night Live video. My name is Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. I am a demonstrator located in the great state of Minnesota. And hi, Alicia, and I'm excited to have you here with me tonight. So I know we talked a little bit. I just mentioned Halloween. We are going, hi, Kelly. We are going to do some fun Christmassy cards today, and I can't wait. Christmas/winter, I should say. So we're going to use a fun bundle from the new mini catalog, one that I think is easily overlooked. And to be honest, sometimes when I come up with like card designs for the week, I do look on Pinterest or Google, or there's a demonstrator group in Facebook. And hi, Lene. And so I'll look there to get some inspiration, and there was like almost nothing. So I'm excited that I was able to come up with some cards and fully out of my brain. Except one of them I did case from my friend Kylie Henshaw, but I'll show you that when we get there. So let me go ahead and flip my screen down so you can see my desktop as well. So we've got our beautiful mini catalog here. This is the September through December 2024 mini. If you go to page 45, oh, you can't see it. There you go. 45, you can see this beautiful one-of-a-kind bundle. Super duper pretty card samples in here. A little tag set right here with a box that you can make. But this is a really fun bundle. And this one actually only has 2 dies. That's it. Just these 2. Just an outline and a cute little detailed one. So this is a really great set for maybe the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you don't have the full size, or if you're like, I don't really know much about die cutting, but maybe I'll try it a little. This is a great set because there's only the 2 dies. This is a more affordable, I guess, bundle where, you know, it doesn't cost as much, because sometimes when you have a ton of dies, the price of the bundle goes up. Hi, Pam. So it is a photopolymer stamp set. You can see we're using almost all of the stamps today. There are 2 sentiments that we are not using because this set actually has 6 sentiments in it, which of course one of them is a cute little tag set as well. So hi, Mary Jo. So we are going to play with this bundle. I don't know why I closed it. I need it open still, but it is so cute. And this hanging ornament, I did get this one. I'm going to have to try it out. The set like this that's in the annual catalog, I didn't have. So I've never played with one of these like pull tab kind of cards. Kay, you love snowflakes. My mom does too. She is actually, well, she's more of a sucker for snowmen, but she really likes snowflakes too. And the snow in general. So, okay. So let me show you the cards we're going to make together tonight. We've got 4 fun ones. And look, I even busted out Coastal Cabana. Here's this one. Want to see something really fun with this one? I glued it on upside down. I'll have to fix that later, but I was working on my pictures and all that for these, and I was like, oops. Happens to all of us, right? Right. And here's the 4th one. So we are going to make these 4 cards together tonight. If you like these cards and you would like the card kits for free as a thank you gift from me, I am offering those. You're supposed to get snow tomorrow. What state, Lisa? I am jealous. We're getting rain here, which I do love rain. I do really love rain, but I am looking forward to snow. Alicia, who's on here, is not looking forward to the snow. And we live pretty close, so we'll see who wins, right? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's so nice, Kay. All right, so if you place a $45 order before tax and shipping in my online store through this Friday, November 1st, crazy, midnight Central Time, in northern Wisconsin, that's really fun. Well, send it a little southwest, okay? To your neighbors over here in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. Hi, Anne. Anyway, I will send you the card kits to make one of each of these beautiful cards. And yeah, it's going to be good. And I will ship these out next Tuesday, November 5th. So you'll have them with lots of time to create. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with this first card. And yep, I busted out Coastal Cabana. I don't know that I have ever used Coastal Cabana on a winter card before. Maybe I have, but definitely not often. But we are going for it, and it's so pretty. So, and in case you're curious, the difference between Coastal Cabana and Pool Party, there you go, right there. Look at that. Thank you for sharing, Corinne. All right, so for this card, we've got a Coastal Cabana card base. We've got a basic white layer. Let me take this away here. A basic white layer that is embossed for you with the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. Lori, you said your son said we're getting snow and rain on Thursday? I did not hear about the snow, but we did get snow last year on Halloween. Maybe it'll happen again. You'll have a circle die cut from Pool Party cardstock out of the Stylish Shapes dies. You'll have a Coastal Cabana die cut. This is from the iconic, oh, it's too far away. I can't reach it. Iconic Imagery die set. Now that is an online exclusive bundle and it's got this fun frame shape in it. So you'll have that. And then you will also have a piece of basic white to die cut out your snowflake. So I just die cut out the basic shape here, not the detailed one, and we're going to stamp our sentiment in there. And then you're also going to have some beautiful silver and sheer ribbon. Okay. All right. Let me roll up my sleeves. It is 80 degrees here today, and it's kind of annoying, and I'm hot. Okay. We're going to start with stamping, which of course is the best place to start. So I'm going to grab my Night of Navy ink pad to start. And I've got our sentiment that says, hope you have the merriest season ever. And I am going to stamp this in the center of our snowflake. So I'm going to pull this down just so I can get my head over this to see. Try to get it straight-ish and get that stamped. So cute. And then I'm going to do some stamping with Coastal Cabana ink. And of course, it's been a little while. We have got to bring in our messy scrap paper. Still left over from our September challenge because I'll probably use the same sheet for the rest of the year, to be honest. Oh, you're having fires close by. I'm sorry to hear that, Marva. Okay, so for this, we've got Pool Party Circle, we've got our Coastal Cabana ink, and I've got the 3 little snowflakes, the little ones, not the large ones. So the 3 little ones, and then our cute little dotted swirly, our curly swirly here. And we are just going to stamp a little bit on the background. Now, I am going to cover a large portion of the middle of this with that Coastal Cabana die cut piece. So I am not really going to stamp a whole lot in the middle, but we are just going to stamp a little bit here, just some flurries. Some just, you know, fun. It's funsies. That's what the kids say. Actually, I don't think they say that, but I say that. So anyway, all right. And then we've got this last little snowflake, and I'm just filling in space. So you really can just put these wherever they fit, wherever they work, just like that. Okay. And then we can close up our Coastal Cabana. Look how simple that was. And now we can assemble. You're still using yours too, Alicia. I'm glad. It was not in a stage where it could be thrown away or recycled because there's still so much white space on it. I like my messy scrap paper. It makes me feel happy because I like stamping. And so I don't know. I like it. Okay, I added some seal to the back of this embossed basic white piece, and then I'm going to center this onto our card front. Okay, fold and burnish, and this card is actually going to be landscape. You could make it horizontal if you wanted to. And then I'm going to grab our Pool Party circle and some dimensionals. Let's use up the rest of the sheet because that is super satisfying to use up a whole sheet of dimensionals. Don't you agree? That's like the best feeling. And then the next best feeling, a new sheet of dimensionals. They're both just, I just love it. Okay. Anyway, peel off all these backings, and then we are going to center this on our card front. Now, remember, we are going to have that banner go across. So we don't really want to do it like this unless you stamped on the whole thing. Then it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Alicia said, saving the earth one messy scrap paper at a time. And my messy scrap paper is almost like 4 because I fold it in half. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, you know, Eventually, once the side I'm working on now gets like too messy, I'll just flip it to another side. All right, I adhered that pool party circle down in the center, and then we're going to glue. I added seal to the back of this Coastal Cabana piece. Glue that to the center. Okay, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of seal right in the total, like middle. See that shiny piece right there? And that is going to hold our ribbon down. So let me add our ribbon. Okay, and then we'll just use our snips here. Just trim off the ends, and you can leave the tails however long you would like. But that looks good to me. And I kind of opposite angled them. So I cut in from the side up this way. You get it. You know what I mean. All right. And then we are going to adhere our beautiful snowflake, of course, with dimensionals as well, because you can never have too many dimensionals. Actually, I think I mentioned this last week, but we just closed up registration for Christmas Stamp Camp, and I just finished placing the order. So I was looking through the projects again to make sure I ordered enough cardstock. And there is one card for Christmas Stamp Camp that has no dimensionals on it at all. I almost felt like it couldn't be real. I was like, wait, I really designed that with nothing. There's no dimensionals. And you can maybe add them in, but yeah. All right, I've got the opal rounds here because they have this really nice, pretty Night of Navy gems here, which you can tell are my favorite. And we are going to add, there's two sizes, so we're going to add one big one and one little one onto our card, and then that can kind of pull our Night of Navy sentiment through. And that is card number 1. How fun is that? How pretty, and so easy to mix up those colors too. We've got Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. You could do Pool Party and Lost Lagoon. You could do like maybe Pretty in Pink. I'm looking at my ink pads. Pretty in Pink and I don't know, Petunia Pop or Moody Mob, a lot of different options that you could do with this one. So that is our first card. Let's go ahead. We're going to go to card number 2, which is the one that I glued on my original upside down. So we're going to try not to do that today. Anyway, it's all good. But I was like, dang it. All right, let's take a look at this card kit. So for this one, we have a Night of Navy card base. We've got a Coastal Cabana layer because clearly my mind was with Coastal Cabana. I was like, this is a nice color for winter. Let's keep using it. We've got a basic white layer. We've got a Pool Party circle. This was die cut from the Stylish Shapes die, so we're going to cut this in half, okay? We've got a red. This is using the Festive Glimmer paper, also die cut out with the Stylish Shapes dies. And again, we are going to cut that in half. I know, Anne says it's always good when we can laugh at ourselves. Yep, sure is. You will have a piece of basic white again to die cut out that same snowflake that we did from card number 1. Okay, this time we're not going to stamp on it though. You'll have a piece of basic white, a strip here for your sentiment that we are going to stamp on. And then you're going to have some Festive Glimmer paper to die cut out. Look at how absolutely stunning. Here, let me hold it like this, and then you can see it with that white behind it. You can really see through. So pretty. One of a kind, truly. That's a great name for this bundle because, wow, the snowflakes are pretty. And then you're going to have some of the beautiful real red and white baker's twine to tie a bow, okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to start with stamping here on our basic white strip, and then we're going to grab our trimmer out to do a little bit of cutting with those circles. So I've got my Night of Navy ink pad again so we can match our card base. And this card says, thank you for your kindness. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right in the center of my basic white strip. But this set really is fun because yes, you can use it for Christmas and winter, right? But it really has so many fun, like, thank you for your kindness. There's the next card, the third card we're going to do. I envision birthday card in my mind. So I think it's really cool because sometimes when it comes to November, December. Hey, Mom, I'm going to cut these in half, which, by the way, I'm just kind of eyeballing. I think this larger one line up at like 1 1/16-ish maybe, but just eyeball it and just cut. And then the other one will do the same. But when we get into this time of year, I feel like my mind really does go, and this one I'm lining at like 7/8. My mind really does go just to Christmas cards. And to be honest, I will sometimes pull from my stash of what I have for birthday and thank you and hello and all of that. And so this bundle has been really fun because I do like to play with new stuff. I think we're all like that. But it has all those other sentiments. So it's like, here's your reason to actually make a thank you card or make a birthday card, right? And I will say my birthday is in December. And so I will say, like, these cards are good. I approve. So anyway, all right, I adhered that basic white layer to our Coastal Cabana layer. We're going to add some seal to the back of that and adhere this to the center of our card front. Okay, we're going to be so cautious this time and make sure that I glue this on right. So fold and burnish our card base. Okay, I've got that at the top. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to adhere my pool party and red glimmer paper circles together. So I'm going to just flip over that glimmer circle and add seal. And then I'm just going to layer this onto that pool party. These are semicircles, half circles, and just layer that on, but I'm lining up that straight edge. Okay, so it kind of looks like a slice of watermelon. Joan, yours is in December too. That's so exciting. I know, it's like the best and not the best. Although it's all I've ever known, so I can't really say it's not the best. It is the best. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing. So we've got both of those adhered on. Flip these over and add some seal. Okay, and then we're going to take one of them and stick this down onto our card. Now I am eyeballing it to see if it's straight. You can take a ruler to it or use your grid, but I'm leaving maybe about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, from the left edge of my circle to right here, the edge of the basic white. And then we're going to take this other one and basically put this pool party point right here in the center of the circle that's already glued down. Okay, so like that. So it looks kind of funny right now. You could keep going if you had more circles, but we're going to cover this with our sentiment, so it's going to look a little bit more normal. So let me grab my silicone mat here. If you saw my clean and chat from Saturday, I still have this piece here, but I need my silicone mat. So I'll just flip it over, add some seal to the back of that strip, and then we are going to set this. Now it is going to be slightly raised because of the layering we already have with those circles. And that's okay, but I just want it to kind of cover that weird separation in those circle dies, okay? All right. Uh-oh. Okay, good news. I thought we had a spider. We don't have a spider. It's dust. Yay. Anyway, we're still going to use this, but it's moving. Hold on. It's dust. It's a fuzz. It's not like dust. It's like a fuzz. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. I've got my liquid glue here, and I am going to adhere my detailed snowflake to that basic white snowflake. Oh, don't gush out on me. You know, just dot, dot, not a lot. I think Alana from our retreat group said that. And I liked that saying, dot, dot, not a lot. And we are just going to adhere this to the center. Beautiful. And then I am going to flip this over to press down, because I get nervous that if I pressed it down on the front end, I would move it, you know, or like bend something, and I don't want to do that. All right, we've got that done. Now, of course, we need some dimensionals. So I'm going to flip this over. We are going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back. And then we're going to adhere this down onto our card and cover up this right-hand edge of our sentiment. So you can drag it down, you can bring it up, you can center it, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to fully center it. I'll lift this and show you. But you can see what I did there is kind of like with this little cut in of the snowflake, that's kind of where I positioned the sentiment there. So I know, happy Halloween. Thankfully it wasn't a real spider, although I probably jinxed myself. There's probably one somewhere. I hope not. All right, so let's grab that baker's twine. We are going to tie a bow and get this adhered to our card. So gave myself lots of twine here so we can make a pretty big bow. Or we can leave it. Look at that tail. We can leave it. We're not. We'll trim it. Anyway, stick the knot of our bow onto the dot, our glue dot here. And then we're going to adhere this down kind of underneath the word thank in our sentiment. And I'm just going to squeeze together the glue dot a little bit more just so it kind of hides under the ribbon. And we can just trim up the tail. Cute, just like that. And we are going to finish this one off with an iridescent pearl. I'm going to grab one of the small ones, and this is going to go just right in the center of our snowflake because I thought it looked so pretty. Just like that. And that, my friends, is card number 2. Look how quick and easy and beautiful this one turned out too. So fun. And I love the pulling in here. We've got the red in the glimmer paper and we've got the red in the twine. So pretty together. And then here's our test. I did it the right way. It's glued on the right way. Yay. All right, here is Lisa. No worries. The replay will be available, so you'll be able to watch that. Here is our third card. So this is the one I think would be really great for a birthday card. This sentiment says a little something just for you, which would be really awesome to maybe send a gift card or a small gift or something like that. Give it with a gift, you know, whatever. I know the red snowflake is kind of fun too, isn't it? All right, so this one I did case for my friend Kylie Henshaw. She's a demonstrator in the UK and she's very talented. And she did something similar with all the strips of cardstock. And I thought, well, that's really pretty. So I cased her to come up with this card. So let's go ahead and dive on into this one. So for this, we've got a thick basic white card base. We've got a Night of Navy layer for matting. We've got a basic white layer for matting. And then we've got some strips of cardstock here. Now, these are all 3/8 inch strips, and we've got them just a smattering of colors. So we've got Petunia Pop. I'm going to do them in order. Pumpkin Pie, Melon Mambo, Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, and Azure Afternoon. And I mixed those two up like that. And then we've also got a strip of Night of Navy. Now, this strip is going to be for our sentiment, okay? So those pieces all go together. You're also going to get a die cut circle from Basic White. This is using the Stylish Shapes dies. And what you're going to do is you're going to die cut the snowflakes from the center. Okay. So imagine it like this. Pretty, right? And then I just lined up the dies. So I grabbed my dies here and I just stuck that on. And then I stuck the detailed die right in the center and die cut those out. And then I thought, oh, those are really pretty. So I want to keep them and use them on the finished card. So we are going to use both of these on the finished card, even though this one looks a little silly, but it's still kind of pretty, don't you think? So we are going to use both of those on our card. And then you do end up with your circle like this. So we're going to see those colored cardstock strips through the center. So let's start with our sentiment. We are going to heat emboss on this card and on the next card, but it was just so pretty, I couldn't not. All right, so I am going to start. I'm actually going to bring in my messy scrap paper because sometimes I spill my embossing powder and it's easier to clean up if it's on paper. So I've got my embossing buddy here. We're just going to go ahead. This removes any of the static from our cardstock strip here. Okay, so we've done that. And then I'm going to grab my Versamark, which is basically sticky. It's not really like ink, it's just sticky. And then I've got a little something just for you sentiment. I'm going to ink that up and I'm going to pull this down a little bit and stamp this in the center of our Night of Navy. Okay. Close up that Versamark. And then I've got my basic white embossing powder here and a spoon. Super fancy. This is a spoon I use for all of my embossing. And I'm just grabbing that white embossing powder here to put on top. Okay. All right, close this up. I'm going to start my heat tool, which I have been told you can hear me when the heat tool's on. So let me start this. And we're going to get it warmed up a little bit, and then I'm going to heat emboss our sentiment. Okay. So we just wait a little for it to heat up. And we can go ahead. I don't know. There. All right, switch over here, grab the other side so I don't burn my fingers because this is hot. All right. And there we have our cute little heat embossed sentiment. Doesn't that look so nice on the Night of Navy? I love it. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, so let's start adhering some things together while we let this kind of cool off a little bit. So we are going to adhere all of these strips to the card. I am going to use liquid glue because it is a little bit easier to, you know, manage with all these tiny little strips here. So I'm just going diagonal. You could also do yours straight across. And I didn't really measure what that angle is. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. But we're just going to go ahead and adhere all of these strips down. And I am going to butt them right up against each other. You could leave a little gap in between if you wanted to. But I'm just going to line them up. So I've got Petunia Pop, Pumpkin Pie. This one's Melon Mambo. And we're going to go Lemon Lime Twist. Okay. Then we've got Azure Afternoon. Such a fun color. And it's fun, even with Coastal Cabana on those first two cards too, to bring in typically spring and summer colors, right? Like these are just so fun to bring in the winter. Brighten things up a little. Actually, my mom and I went for a walk this morning, and usually when we walk, it's a little bit darker out still, but not like pitch black. It was cloudy this morning, so it was like pitch black. I was kind of shocked. I was not expecting that. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to use my snips to just cut off the excess off of this basic white layer here. Okay. Like so. And then let me just, some of them actually flew under my shelf that holds my ink pads, but let me just pull these off and toss those. Okay, and then we're going to adhere our basic white layer to our Night of Navy layer. It'd be fun to do it this way too. Maybe I'll do this one reverse order, yellow down to purple. Hi, Holly, welcome. All right, and then we'll add some seal here. We are going to do it. We're going to do it upside down. It still looks great either way. All right, adhere that to our card front. Fold and burnish. All right, and then we are going to adhere our circle down. So I am going to adhere this with dimensionals, and we do need to make them a little skinnier here because of that spacing we have. I'm just going to cut a couple of dimensionals here. And stick them maybe every other. Peel off all those backings. And then you can decide if you want the points straight up and down, if you want it more side to side, up to you. But I am going to try to center this as best as I can. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to take our fun little extra snowflakes. And I'm going to take one and maybe just add, let's see, let's lay it down and see what we want here. So I'm going to put my fingers right here and here. This is funny. Let's go like that. That is where it's going to touch our circle. So that's where I'm okay to add some glue. Okay, and then we can stick that down. And then if you want to, you can cut some more dimensionals and sneak them underneath. Thanks, Lene. You can sneak them underneath here to kind of hold and support that. So I think I am going to do that. Let me just trim another little dimensional here. And we will sneak this. I'm going to actually, oh, you can see it. Hold on. Trying to bend it up to make it easier on me. There. Beautiful. There, that one is added. And then for this one here, we're going to just offset it a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue. And we'll adhere this one like right there. Perfect, just like that. Let me close up my glue. Okay, and then we're going to grab that Night of Navy heat embossed sentiment. I am going to run my seal almost across the whole back of it. And I'm going to cut, I should have saved those cut pieces from earlier. I should have saved them, but I didn't for this. I'm going to cut like one more little side of this and stick it. Let's make sure it's on the right side. Yep. And by the right side, I mean the left side. Stick that over on the left-hand side because it's going to hang off of our circle a little bit. And then you can pick how high or low you want this to go. And because of my dimensional that's there, that's kind of dictating where I can put it. So we're going to go right there. Cute, right? Isn't that fun? All right, so for this one, we will finish it off. These are the iridescent faceted gems. These are really, really pretty because they look like stars or snowflakes, either way, but they are gorgeous. And depending on the lighting, they just glimmer. And that is card number 3. Isn't that one fun? So you can see how those just glimmer in different lighting. Like they're kind of purple, kind of green, kind of fun. So that is our 3rd card. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's go on to our 4th and final card. This one is super simple, super easy, which is not always my forte. So this one is actually probably the most challenging card I made for this week because it is simple and that's hard for me sometimes, but I try to remind myself that sometimes it's okay. And I did still throw in some heat embossing because I had to add an extra layer somewhere. So, all right, we've got a thick basic white card base. We've got this is the Iconic Celebrations DSP. So in that first card, when we had that label and it was from the Iconic Imagery bundle, this is the DSP that coordinates with that bundle when the suite is together. So there is the other side, some really pretty trees in Moody Mauve. So we've got that beautiful snowflake pattern, which of course is perfect for the set. We've got a Night of Navy circle. This is die cut from the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I love this one with all those pretty little die cut little pieces out of there. And then we've got a scrap of basic white to stamp and die cut a snowflake and some basic white baker's twine. So this is from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I know it is simple and pretty and I tried my best. I was like, I need another layer somewhere. And I was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. It's okay. But I was like, but you should add another layer. And then I was like, no, it's okay. We don't need another layer. All right, let's start with our Night of Navy ink. And we have got our beautiful snowflake here. Finally getting stamped. We needed to have a card where this got stamped, right? So finally, for our last one, we can stamp our beautiful snowflake. And then we are going to die cut that out here in a second. So we're going to use that beautiful die. So it's super fun with this set too, because you can use this giant, or not giant, but the outline snowflake die on its own, which we've done several times, or you can stamp that image and then die cut it out. Either way, it's really pretty. So let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. The big guy. Aw, thanks, Anne. Yeah, Alicia, you said you have a hard time with simple too. I know. Sometimes it's just like, oh, but one more embossed layer would be really pretty. Or, ooh, just one more die cut, and that would look really cool. And it's hard. So, this was my challenge for myself, was to try to keep it real simple. So that is where we went. Because sometimes too, I want you to be able to case this card, especially if you're in a pinch. Like maybe you got invited to a last minute Christmas party and you really quick need a card. This is a great one. So, and you could even cut out the heat embossing, but I think it looks really, really pretty. So let's go ahead. I'm going to grab my messy scrap paper again because, just in case I spill some embossing powder. And we've got our embossing buddy here. So let me go ahead and just dab that on. I'm going to actually turn my heat tool on so I don't have to wait for it to warm up. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. I just got to figure out where to set it. Because I have so many beautiful cards on display now. I've lost a space to turn it on and have it point where it's not going to burn anything. Because trust me, it really does get super hot. So then this sentiment says, sending a flurry of happy wishes. And I'm stamping this in the center vertically, but over towards the left-hand side horizontally, because I'm going to have that snowflake kind of cover some of the right-hand side. So I wanted to leave some space for it. Okay, so we've got our white embossing powder again and our spoon. And we'll just tap, tap, tap. Okay, preheat embossed. Let me close this up. And I'll grab my heat gun and let's go ahead and heat emboss this beautiful sentiment. Hi, Tyra. Welcome. All right, so let's go ahead. And I try to do it on camera so you can see the change. It's so pretty. If you've never heat embossed, like this is close up. Like this has got to be on your short list of techniques to try. And look at that. That was so fast because it was already heated up. So that is, yeah, anyway. If you didn't hear me when I was talking, I said, if you have never heat embossed, it's got to be on your short list of things to try because wow, is it beautiful. So let's go ahead and add some seal to the back of that DSP. Now I am purposefully going to make it a little bit crooked here. So I'm going center-ish vertically, but then over towards the right because I do want it to be shown, you know, even though we're going to cover it a little bit with our circle and our stamped snowflake. Okay. I do too, Alicia. It's pretty. Sending a flurry of happy wishes. I think there are just so many occasions you could use that sentiment too. So this set does a really good job of giving you a lot of versatility with just how many uses you can have for it. And I like the to from, so you can make tags with it. There's so many options. So, all right, I added some dimensionals on the back here, and then we're going to go ahead and stick this on our card. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that sentiment is straight-ish. Then let's take a dimensional and I'm going to add it down here onto the DSP, okay? Because we've put our circle up on dimensional, so that's our level 1. I want the snowflake also to be on level 1. So we need a little bit of seal to hold our snowflake to our circle, but then we need that dimensional to lift the rest of it up that's not going to be resting on the circle. Okay, just like that. And then that's stuck down. You could do it on a level 2. You could raise it. I don't think you'd have troubles with that with the post office with mailing it. I think it would still be, it wouldn't be too bulky. So let's tie a cute bow here with our white baker's twine. And, you know, just finagle it so it goes where you want it to. It's twisting on me, so let me try it again. Sometimes it just likes to do that, you know. Okay. Beautiful, just like that. So let's go ahead and add our bow to a glue dot. Stick the knot on the dot. And this is going to go in a kitty corner right here by our snowflake. So cute. Okay, and then I am going to trim up this edge. And then we are going to finish this one off with some beautiful loose snowflakes. Now, I think we used these 2 weeks ago, and they're really fun. But what I do, because they are loose snowflakes, so you can use them as like for a shaker card, I like to add just a little bit of liquid glue. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do I want the 5th one? Where did I put it on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put one down here. Okay, we'll put it right on that stamped snowflake. But anyway, I just did a couple. You could do however many you want. And I just add a little bit of liquid glue, and then I go ahead and add these cute little loose snowflakes. If you wanted to, whoops, because sometimes they'll want to move because it's liquid glue. So you're going to want to leave this flat so that they can dry. You could actually let your liquid glue dry a little bit, and then it just becomes kind of tacky, and your snowflakes can stick to that as well. But since we did our decorative trees cards when I did this, I saw another demonstrator who actually used her putty end of her take her pick tool to pick these up. And I thought that they would all stick to it, but honestly, I just look for the ones that are kind of flatter and facing up already. And I just stick those down. But I do have to get my fingernail kind of in there because it does like to stick to both the putty and your liquid glue. So I just get my fingernail in there to kind of release the putty, but hold that snowflake down onto the card. And then see, sometimes it still moves because you use liquid glue and you have it all over your fingers, so your fingers are sticky. Anyway, Ask me how I really feel. Anyway. All right. And that is our fourth and final card. Look at how fun and pretty this one is too. So truly a really beautiful set this week. And you can make real quick and simple, but stunning cards. I love each of these cards so much. If I had to pick a favorite, it would actually maybe be this one. And then maybe this one. I don't know. I just really like them. Oh, thanks, Lene. All right. So there are our 4 cards, trying to get them all to fit here. There are the 4 cards for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching these cards be made. I hope that you will make them. If you would like the card kits for these, I will send them to you as a thank you gift from me for placing an order in my online store this week. So if you place an order of $45 or more before tax and shipping in my online store through this Friday, November 1st, that almost makes me cry. I will send you these card kits as a thank you gift from me. Make sure you use this host code that you can see on the screen. You don't have to memorize it. Just click the link in the description of this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. It will take you right on over to my online store where you can grab whatever you need. You can order whatever you want. So if you don't have this bundle, if you don't have some of the ink pads, if you don't have the heat embossing items, you can grab those, or else you can just, you know, grab whatever you want. Thank you guys all so much. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, these will ship out. I'll ship out the card kits next Tuesday, November 5th. But one other thing I did want to shout out, because it does end in just a couple of days, just 2 days, is the starter kit special. So, oh, I got a frog in my throat because I was thinking of my team. And I love them. So, and several of them are here watching right now. But there is a starter kit special right now. The starter kit is always the best deal in the catalog in the Stampin' Up world. Usually you pay $99 plus tax. You get to pick $125 of product, whatever you want from your wish list. Well, through October, so through Thursday, you get to pick $155 of product. So that's $30 extra for a total of $56 in free product, $155 off of whatever you want from your wish list. And we would love to have you join our incredible crafters community. They are great people, our team. They're wonderful people, and I love them so much. But I just wanted to shout that out in case you wanted to go that route. My team does get my PDFs each week from me. Oh, Alicia's so sweet. She said it's the best thing she ever did. It's really like, if you love Stampin' Up product, if you like just alone, like there's so many doors that get opened. But if you simply just like the product, it's a no-brainer because you get a discount. So you start at 20% off all your orders, which where I live in Minnesota, that covers my tax and shipping plus a little extra, which is pretty dang awesome because yeah, things are expensive. Why wouldn't you get a discount if you could, right? So it's just really awesome. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out and ask. I'm an open book. I'm not going to like pressure you or like, you know, solicit at your door. But I am happy to answer anything. And sent a heart. I know Lene is watching too. So yeah, I just love them so much. So we would love to have you join us and, you know, be part of the fun, be part of our community, and yeah, just have the time of your life. All right. Well, that is all I have to share today. If you have any questions, please let me know. But again, ordering for this ends on Friday, but that starter kit special ends on Thursday. So don't wait on it. Just get what you want now. Buy that starter kit and take advantage. By the way, there is a new online exclusive pre-order happening now too. So you could even add that to your starter kit a whole week before everybody else as well. So, all right. Thanks so much, everyone. I will catch you next month. I'll see you next month. So have a great Halloween. All tricks, no treats. Nope. Said that backwards. All treats, no tricks. Let's try that. All right. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.